What up, what up, what up? It's your boy. I'm your host, Draper J, aka Brother Baldhead, aka the Mustache Menace, aka Mr. Brown Sipper. And I'm back like Stephen A. Hairline. Here to hit you with an episode of All About the Bills. And in this show, I want to preview. I want to preview my my very first live show, All About the Bills. All right. So I want to preview this. This is what I started this for. I started for all the Bills Mafia. Just get a little just to get a little, back and forth combo with the fan base. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna agree, we're gonna disagree, we're gonna agree to disagree. We're gonna do all those respectfully. All right, now the title of this show is called "What Did I Learn from the KC Game?" What I learned from this KC game is that the Chiefs are in the way. They're the next biggest hurdle that we have to go against. Right? So if the Chiefs are in our way, they're very young. I mean, we don't have Tom Brady to worry about. No more Tom Brady. It's over with. That's it. He's gone. He's packed up, went to the NFC South. So the Chiefs are just as young as we are. They're gonna be around for a minute. There's no waiting it out. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to worry about we have to worry about him now. We have to worry about Pat Mahomes, but it's no Tom Brady anymore. So this game showed us that this is a team that more likely than not, we're gonna have to go through instead of wait it out and see how long they're gonna be able to keep it together. So if you want to be championship caliber, is that the mantra that he's teaching? We're gonna have to be able to show that we can show up and show out against these type of teams. And these are some of the things that I think stopped us from going to that next level. All right, let's get into it. All right, now the Russian attack. The Russian attack issue, run game issue, whatever, however you want to frame it. And I've been struggling with this idea all season. What's really going on with the run game? What really is it? I mean, is it because we don't trust the line that's assembled, or we don't trust the running backs? I think to believe it's the latter. I believe we don't trust the running backs in place, and I'll tell you why I come to that conclusion. You don't let a guy like Quinton Spain walk after you just read up, just signed this, re-signed him this offseason. I don't care what went on behind the scenes. I don't know. It had to be some other behind the scenes deal that was going on. Reason why that we didn't re-sign. I mean, that we cut him and let him go. But if you feel like the rest of this line might be kind of a liability, you're gonna try to mend that because those type of mammoth guys, 6'7", whatever, how tall he is, how big he is, that want to go down here and deal out punishment. Excuse me. That want to deal out punishment. You don't let those guys walk, right? And you don't entertain the idea of a Le'Veon Bell if 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 you believe. And we get my thoughts together. If you believe in the running backs that you have in the running back room, right? I mean, of course, Le'Veon Bells don't grow on trees. Hey, you can't find them around every corner, of course. But look what he went and did. He went and sat over there on the bench. He ring chasing. Is he content with sitting over there on the bench? I mean, I don't know. Hey, and I will get into it just a little bit later on when I go into some of the viable options that we may need to replace some of the running backs that we have in place. And let's just talk about this. If we believed in the running backs that we have in place, you wouldn't give the top running back that supposedly, in quotations, motor. You wouldn't give you he only amassed 18 carries twice this season. That was week 4 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders, excuse me. And week 13 against the San Francisco 49ers. That was only 2 times he had 18 carries. The next closest high is like 14. I think that was like week 8 against the Patriots. Him and Mouse had 14 carries apiece. Now I will be now give Mouse this. You're young, you're a rookie. which shouldn't be any excuses on this level. But hey, I give him that pass just because hey, you're a rookie. It might be the reason why they don't want to turn it all the way over to you. But back to Motor. But you're the guy that's in place. The guy last year that we couldn't keep the ball out of your hands. We couldn't wait for you to get back on the field because you're splitting carries with uh with Frank Gore. Is that kind of the reason why we might have shied away from him because now we don't have Frank Gore, we don't have the steady hand. Now everything that Motor gives us was extra last year. I don't know, but I believe it's something that they saw that they don't believe that he can be the lead back, the lead dog. Now, and moving on to this next one, I have a couple viable options that we could probably look into as far as like what we might can look forward to as far as free agency. One of the numbers I'm not comfortable with. I mean, let me tell me what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Out there in the comment section. What do y'all think? Yeah, my girl Brooke, what's going on? Brooke, let's go Buffalo. That's what I'm talking about. Never get enough of those. Let's go Buffalo. Go Bill. So now let's get into these viable options that I have mapped out right here. Okay, two of the viable options I think for our offense would be there's gonna be these are free agents that are gonna be out there. You got Kenyon Drake and you got Todd Gurley. All right, Kenyon Drake, 2 years, 16 million, 16.7 million. That gives us what his market value 8.3 a year. He's 27. That number's a little bit too high for me. That's just a little bit. That number, I really don't dig that number. That number's just a little bit too high for me. So, and let's look down some of these other market values that are like right at same age range. Maybe that kind of push that number to where it is. You got Todd Gurley. No, excuse me. You got Joe Mixon, uh, Melvin Gordon, Kareem Hunt, and Kareem Hunt to me is like the better option out of all these running backs that I'm going to name. The market value ones, the ones that I think we need to go out between Kenyon Drake and also Todd Gurley. All right, now let's start with Joe Mixon. 4 years, 48 million, 12 million a year. He's 24. That's a little bit too much for somebody like Joe Mixon. He's a good running back. I mean, he's somebody that I can I can get behind, but that number's too much. He's not like he's a flash in the pan type running back. This year he may be a hot name. Next year he may not. That number's a little bit too high. If you got guys like that pushing Kenyon Drake's number. All right, next option. You got Melvin Gordon. 2 years, 16 million. That's 8 million a year, and he's what, 26? That's a little bit too much for me for those two. For a guy that really, for Melvin Gordon, who can't really even get on the field, beside like Lindsay, what's the guy? I can't Philip Lindsay. So these numbers are a little bit too much. Now Kareem Hunt, I can get behind six million a year, 2 years, 12 million. But they got him on a discounted price because the situation he came out of in Kansas City. All right. Now let's move over to the next one, Todd Gurley. Now this is the number that I can I can rock with because you got Todd Gurley, 2 years, 11 million. 5.5 a year, and he's what? Just 26. There's somebody who I can get behind that like that can be in this backfield, that can tote the note, for lack of a better term. They can tote the note. And then if he, gets tired, we have Motor, we have Moss. We have two other young cats that go in there and at least get you about, they can get about 5, 6 carries apiece. That's all they're getting in this offense anyway. You know what I'm saying? So market value, the guys that's pushing his numbers that's already on the contract. You got Austin Eckler, you got Tariq Cohen, Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram, they stated him. He's even though he's a free agent now, they're saying he may get 3 years, 15 million. This is the contract he already signed with Baltimore. So if we did go that route with Melvin Ingram, then that will probably be 3 years, 12 million, something like that, 11 million. Because you already got that 15 million, and then they just letting you go. So you can't ask for nothing more than that. To me, this is me. What? Tyree Cohen, you got 3 years, 17.25 million, 5.7. 5 a year, he's 25. You got Austin Eckler, 4 years, 24 and a half, 6 million. He's what, 26. Now, to me, that's a decent option. If we don't, if we can't feel like we can find somebody else out there, Todd Gurley would be a good option. And I say if we want to double back, see if we can get a not Kareem Hunt, Le'Veon Bell, that would be right up my wheelhouse. Because I think you can get a Le'Veon Bell for 2 years, 12 million, 14 million a year, something like that. And I know some people may hear me say those words like Le'Veon's not gonna go for that. He ain't gonna go for no 12 million. I mean, he's not gonna go for 14 million. This is a low number. But see, let me educate some of you out there. When a team cuts you or trades you, they have dead money, so to speak. They have dead money. So that dead money it is allotted to pay that how much ever they put in their contract goes to that player. So he's still getting paid from the Jets as we speak. And you see what he just signed with KC. You see what happened when he signed with KC. He signed what 1 year, 4.5. I know we can at least get him for 1 year, 6 million. I know we can at least shell out 6 million a year, 2 years. 2 years, 6 million a piece. You don't tell me we can't do that? Because obviously you don't believe in the running backs we have in place. I mean, it looks good on paper that Josh throwing the ball all over the field. I'm digging that, I'm rocking with that, but it's you have to move on, and you might have picked the wrong guy motive. If you don't believe in him, it's time to find somebody else, somebody who you believe in. Let me tell me what y'all got. What y'all think in the comment section. Yeah, my guy Mike, what to do? What to do? Mike, what up? What up? What up with you? Mike says Tyreek, I will do. Tyreek, I don't know. I think Tyreek's still under contract. Those more or less like are those numbers that are just they still under contract with their teams. They're just the guys who the other players look at like, okay, this guy's my age. He's around such production. That he got this contract, so I think I need to get this type of contract. Those are those guys. All right. Yeah. Those are those guys. Now let's move on to my next one. Now, I know everybody was wondering, just like myself, even in my preview of this AFC's I mean not AFC's AFC championship matchup, I already had called out and said that since if we're not believing in the run game that we have in place, we got to get creative. We got to do something to kind of simulate a rushing attack, something. And I think pretty much like Dable got complacent and relying on Josh, which is cool. I mean, we was getting the results we wanted. We were getting 13 wins. That's cool. I dig that. But all that, it's just like for my basketball fans out there, it's just like having James Harden or Russell Westbrook. All throughout the season, you slamming on everybody, put up points, you hitting triple doubles, blah blah blah. You're putting up the best record in your division, second in the East, West, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You put up all those type of numbers. But when it comes playoff time, these teams you flop. You flop because of when it comes playoff time, teams know especially in football. Basketball is a little bit different. They got 7 games, 4 to 7 games to stop what you like to do. But in football, they know whatever you like to do best, we need to stop that. We got to slow that down. So and then I get into this. With all the coaching pedigree that Dable has, you've been under Bill Belichick, won Super Bowl with him. You've coached under as offensive coordinator under Bill Belichick's disciple, Nick Saban. Well, some people may not know, you know what I'm saying, give you education now. He was the defensive coordinator under Bill Belichick at the Cleveland Browns. You won a championship in college. You won a championship in college. You won a championship in the pros. You've been on multiple levels, knowing what big games are and making adjustments on the fly. And you mean to tell me that you didn't think about, like, they may stop what we like to do? No, our run game is very optional. It's very small, minute subject to get shut down in a minute. You mean to tell me that you're not thinking that, hey, I might want to, switch it up? Because if you watch that game, the KC game, a lot of that underneath stuff was wide open, and that's the reason why David moved up to the box. That's the reason why he moved up there to the box, so you can see the whole field. And that underneath stuff, if you know you want to throw the ball early down, you need to kind of communicate that, to your quarterback, like Josh. And they're bagging off. A lot of that underneath stuff is wide open. Let me start scheming some stuff to get you a lot of little easy little throws underneath. Then they may bring them up. And then, like, things like, what was the jet sweep? What was the double pass? What was the screenplays? I mean, we didn't get wise with that until like the second half with Isaiah McKenzie. Hell, we was down by at least by 2 scores at that point. If you didn't want to use Isaiah McKenzie as the decoy, they were shutting Steph down. Hey, let's use Stephon Diggs and some of those motions or something. Because that's exactly the same thing they were doing with us as far as like with Tyreek Hill. So I mean, they'll send Tyreek in motion one way, do the little tight end scoop play right there, right, and they run it in, or run Tyreek one way and hand it off to the running back. What was all that? I mean, some of that stuff could at least took the pressure off of Josh. This was the wrong game to try to say, Josh, it's all in your hands. You're that dude. We're gonna give you the rock, the free reign. This is that game you should have took it back to 2019 when you was teaching them the game management part of the game. To me, that's what they should have been. That's what the game plan should have been. We're gonna try to figure out some kind of way to keep you clean, keep the pressure too much, keep a lot of the pressure off of you. But I digress. The game is over. But I mean, I'm sitting on the couch watching this. Why wasn't guys getting paid millions seated themselves? But tell me what y'all think. Am I shooting off? Am I just right or what? Oh, we'll see. What that mean, Killer Mike? All right, Mike, get at me. But I mean, if I'm at the house watching this myself, and I'm just a regular old Joe Schmo, you know what I'm saying? How can they see that? I mean, I know, like, the quarterback himself in the heat of the moment can't see it, nervous. That was you're the steady hand for, like, look, Josh, everything underneath they're giving to us. They making you think the deep stuff is open, but it's not. Take some of this, and then we're gonna do few little things, little trickeration. We're gonna use a little motion, little jet sweep motion, to get a little eye candy one way. Then we're gonna come back somewhere. And you know what? And when we started doing that in the second half, we started moving the ball. Even though it could have been they could have been playing like prevent defense. True enough. That's cool. But we should have been doing that early and often in the game. When we saw that they running attack wasn't gonna work, which we didn't run the ball number once. So you got to at least run the ball 5 times and know if they're gonna stuff it. All right, let me move to the next one. All right, Leslie Frazier and his play calling. I want to know, is it? I'm asking y'all this. Y'all be for real. Is it time to get rid of the D line rotation? I think it is. I mean, because we're not getting any pressure. Period. It'd be different. Okay, we got what? Somebody said we had like 8, maybe 9 linemen that dress up on Sundays or whatever on game day. That's cool when you got at least about 3 dogs out there. When you got about 3 stud linemen that's gonna create pressure, you can kind of put one in with each rotation, no matter where you put them on the field. That's cool. That I mean that, and then when you're rushing like your cornerback and when you rushing Trey and we rushing Milano, and they really normally on those plays against anybody else that'll work, but against a team like the Chiefs, let's be for real. Against a team like the Kansas City Chiefs, you need everybody back in cover. You need that front four, and if you can't, and if push comes to shove, bring one more to bring pressure. Other than that, everybody else needs to be in coverage. Something that front four needs to be able to handle everything. Stopping the run, getting at the quarterback. Then if the quarterback doing a little bit too much in the run game, getting off a little bit too much, then you bring that extra pressure from somebody else. I mean, because it's not. I mean, to me, I think they need to go ahead, cut their rotation off, give us about maybe 6, maybe even 7. Just that 7th one need to be just in case somebody get injured. Maybe 6. Run with your strong foe. The other 2 need to be interchangeable between all 4 spots on the line. If somebody needs to breathe, and we just need, because how can you get into a rhythm if you don't let those guys go ahead and play? You're taking them out every play, every other play, or however the rotation works. Now I'm gonna ask this one, this next one. Will getting Star back really help Ed Oliver? I really want to know y'all comments on it. Will getting Star back really help Ed Oliver? Because I mean, I posted in our chat the other day, and it was probably like the most popular, post in the chat. I'm starting to believe that Ed Oliver isn't that dude. I'm really starting to feel like he's not that guy. Because look at guys like Chris Jones. Look at guys like Aaron Donald. When you put them on the field, whatever, it's no matter who's playing next to them, you know where they're at. If you don't double team these guys, they're gonna be in your backfield. And then, I mean, I give him some leeway. He's playing another position. He's supposed to be the space eater, blah, blah, blah. But he's playing that star role. But I mean, if you're touted as a 8th pick, first round, when you touch the field, it's gotta when you line up against somebody or anybody in the NFL, you're supposed to show that you're playing amongst little boys. You know what I'm saying? Just like Zoe. Zoe said it best. Lorenzo Alexander, one of our former players, just retired. It's the game of football. So many words is a man whooping another man, and I forget Ed Oliver's even out there. So if Star is back, and then and we get Ed Oliver, is he really going to be that first round dude that we really want? I don't know. I don't know. He's supposed to be playing that position, but like I said, Aaron Donald, no matter who lines up next to him. They gave him Ndamukong Suh one year. They took Ndamukong Suh away. He's still the same dude. I don't know. Let me know what y'all thoughts. My guy, hey Rich, what it do? Found you. Let's go. Let's go. That was up. badly outcoached. I 100% agree on that. I 100% agree. That was up. Now let me get to this one. Who would I cut? Uh, let's just say if we're just talking about like the defensive line, who would I cut? I get rid of Mario Addison. I don't think we can find a trade partner for like nobody like Jerry Hughes, anybody like that. Uh, he had to end up being cut, and but the cap number would be too big, so Jerry Hughes might be back by the fall. It probably like Vernon Butler. What have those guys given? I just knew when we signed them. I thought they was like an upgrade from Shaq and Jordan Phillips to no avail. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, no. I mean, I have, I really don't know what they do. I mean, man, do they, pass the water bottles out on the sideline? I don't know. I mean, what are they good at? I mean, I haven't seen them really make too much of a noise. And Mario Addison, I seen him few games make show flashes. Maybe it might be the end of the road for him. But I probably say I say see what we can do with Mario Addison, and probably maybe let's Trent Murphy. We already see the right now. If he's not able, if it was like a 3-4 game stretch in the season where he wasn't even dressed or he was even on the active roster, then that's the writing on the wall. You're giving us nothing. We're paying you 10 million just sit on the bench. That's 10 million we can take and give to somebody else. You know what I'm talking about? So and I looked over on Spot Track, and let's get into this next one. Let's get into this next one. Now, we need a D line leader or go getter. That's what we need. I mean, I've been hearing well amongst the Bills Mafia, it's been J.J. Watt. And a lot of people saying, "Oh, J.J.'s too old. He's too this," and some of that might be true. For the sake of the debate, yeah, we'll say some of that is true. But you need somebody like that that's gonna come in day one, give you everything he has in the tank, even if it's not much. He's a culture guy. He's the type of guy that's gonna take some of those young guys like Harrison Phillips, Ed Oliver. Hey man, it's time to put your big boy pants on. Let's play ball. Put your big boy pants on. Let's play ball. You know what I'm saying? I need to meet each one of y'all in the backfield at least about 5 times this game. He's somebody that can raise the level of the defense, especially the defensive line. He can do what Stephon Diggs did for the offense. He can be that guy that can challenge everybody and that camaraderie type that can make everybody ravel come around. You know what I'm saying? He's that guy that can make people that be like, you know what, I'm gonna give it all I got because I see he's giving everything he had, and he's like I said, he's a culture guy. So I think it's him. And but only thing about that, he's in what he has 2 more years, 1 more year left. He has 17 million on the cap this year, but we can reconstruct if we did a trade or if he's just really ready to get out of Houston. He just tell him, hey, just cut me loose. They got to pay him that whole 17 million because he's guaranteed that he'll come here for a way discounted price, maybe 7 million, 8 million, something like that. I'll take a JJ Watt for 8 million 1 year, maybe even 2 years, something like that. Pad it up a little bit, make it kind of a center base. But I'll take a JJ Watt. And the other guy, the other option I think that's gonna be out there is someone like what's his name, Leonard Williams. He played for the Jets, got traded to the Giants. I think there will be a good option for us because he's still young. He's what, 26? His market value over there on Spot Track is what, 11 million a year. But he's gonna want long term. They're saying 5 years, 56 million. That's just even to come to the table to even make sense. He's gonna want more than 56 million because the other guys that are like in his market value are getting paid on the upwards of 75, 80, 85 million. Now, will we be able to shell out that type of money? I don't know. It's up to see what Bean to be able to do. But he had 12 sacks last year, 26. We need someone of that stature to be able to. I mean, we need somebody. Because this game right here showed me that if we're not able to get pressure on that quarterback, because it was like a few times we had them like 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 3s. I know they're short, they're manageable third downs, but just think if we had somebody that could make an impact on those big third downs. And then on those third downs, the third downs they were talking about, they passed the ball. They didn't try to run the ball, they passed it on us. So if you got somebody that can pin their ears back and go after the quarterback, and then can make those big impact plays. It's either between JJ or Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams, I might be getting to the stat game. I see 12 sacks. I see this as production. I don't know when and where he had those sacks. I'm not going to even lie to you and say I looked at footage and say he got those sacks on big down. But it's better than his rotation we got going on. I don't even have our stats in front of us, but I bet like nobody has no more than about 5 or 6 sacks, the top dog. We need somebody who's gonna go ahead, man. Look, you need to know what this guy is at every time. You need to know what number such at for the Bills is at on the line every time. Double team him. Now we might can get some production out of everybody else. But this is a thought. Tell me what y'all think in the comment. Tell me what y'all think. All right. Now, let me move over to this next one. I ain't gonna hold y'all on like a good Baptist preacher. All right. Before I wrap it up and get out of here. All right. We're gonna do the end of season AATB awards. All right. Let's go ahead and run through these. Get y'all out of here. All right. Offensive rookie of the year, of course, is Gabe Davis. 600 yards. What, 8, 9 touchdowns, something like that? Who would have knew a guy that was drafted, what, 4th, 5th round? Over the 4th, 5th round, they could produce in this manner. I never even heard. I watch college football religiously as much as I do the NFL. I've never even heard of Gabe Davis. UFC, nobody really checking for UCF, rather. Nobody really even checking for them. But I give him the nod for the offensive rookie of the year. All right, next up, defensive rookie of the year, nobody. Over here, all about the bill, we don't do that. We don't give out participation award. We don't do that. I could have said AJ Epinesa. That would have been by default. I could have made an argument for Dane Jackson. No, nobody really stepped up on the defense that was a rookie. We didn't have many, but nobody really stepped up to me like, you know what? He's next level. He's that guy. Let me move to the next one. Defensive player of the year, we're gonna go with Trey White, of course. Trey White. Offensive player of the year, we're gonna go with Steph Diggs. Because if it weren't for him, I don't think Josh makes that jump this year. I don't think he's that dude this year if he doesn't make that jump. If we don't get Steph Diggs. My guy A Rich. That's what I'm talking about. Agreed. We need a dominant defender. Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. We need somebody. Like I said, like I stated earlier. I mean, we need we need Leonard Williams. Or I mean JJ Watt. JJ can get the best out of the rest of them. Most definitely. Let me move on to my last, which is the MVP. Everybody knows who the MVP is. The MVP is Josh Allen. Let me tell you something. This kid, this guy, I never even thought even when I did a piece earlier in it, like when I first started my podcast. By the way, this is like a year anniversary I started podcast. When I started all this, I did a show called The Trial of Josh Allen and Seize Expectation. I never thought that I'd be seeing this dude throw 300 so yards like it wasn't nothing. 300 yards, no interceptions. After seeing all the crazy interceptions he's thrown the previous 2 years, the previous 2 years, I was thinking like maybe like he gonna take minor steps. Maybe year 4, year 5, we'll see this type of Josh now. And I'm grinning from ear to ears because of I'm finally happy to have a franchise QB. I'm happy to have that dude now. Now we don't have to worry about who's gonna be the next coach, who's gonna be the next quarterback, such and such and them out there. Like normally, if the Deshaun Watson is out there, then we're worrying about like, are we gonna get into Deshaun Watson sweepstakes? No, we'll let all y'all sit back and fight for that. We already got our guy. We got JA 17. So saying that, let me lead on now. This was a very fun show. Even though I had like technical difficulties, this is my first time doing a live. Uh, it was fun. It was, it was kind of. I was kind of nervous to get together, but I will be dubbing this like Monday Night Mafia. And if you were looking for any other of my content, please be sure to let me get this down. Go over to aatb.buzzsprout.com. That has a link to all my social media sites, all that good stuff. If you want to check me out, you can look. You can listen to the podcast strictly off there, or you can go to the drop down list where I'm on Spotify, iTunes, uh, iHeartRadio, and all any other of your popular podcast music providers. I'm on there. You can check me out, hook me up, look me up, tell a friend to tell a friend all about the Benzes in. Let's make this thing trend. And I'm out of here. Peace. Go Bills.